welcome back to the Mindpositivo Podcast, where I get to speak to some amazing guests. And today is no different. I have a wonderful guest all the way from Los Angeles in the US. His name is Carl Shimone, and Carl is a professional screenwriter and indie filmmaker, has a BFA in creative writing and entertainment, has worked in various locations, filming in Los Angeles, Puerto Rico, and the beautiful Florence in Italy. Carl, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
No, it's great to have you on. Appreciate you joining me. And you come to us all the way from beautiful sunny California. You were born there, right?
Yes, I was. I was born in more Riverside County. Actually, grew up in Temecula, California. I went to high school there. And then I spent some time in San Diego as well. And now I'm here in Los Angeles. So I've kind of been pretty much all over Southern California. But yeah, born and raised. It's not as sunny as it has been lately. It's been pretty rainy out here, actually, to be honest. So.
Yeah. So, well, we've got our summer out here at the moment. Well, actually, we're into autumn now, but it's still hanging
Okay.
around. We're in the mid 30s, late 30s for the next 4 days. But I think we got very similar climates, Australia and California. But your origins are Italian background, I believe. We're Calabrese background, similar.
Yeah. We were talking about that a little bit. Of course, the 23andMe revolution and all of those the sites and all that. My family and I have done that. So I have my last name is Italian, Calabria from Italia, and I spent some time there recently, as we were talking about. I got to spend a few months in Italy this past year, which is amazing. It's Italy. Everyone loves Italy, so it was a great time. And yeah, that's where my last name comes from. I do have Irish and French German as well. So, but mainly Italian.
Yeah, I always say, Carl, everybody wants to be Italian.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, it's not a bad gig.
yeah, absolutely. Oh, I'm not giving that up anytime soon. But this whole film and screenwriting and storytelling, where did the passion for that begin for you?
Yeah, I started really young. I feel as most do. I had the opportunity to do theater when I was in grade school. When I was younger, I started at about sixth grade, uh, taking drama classes, and teacher actually let the students write a script, and mine and my buddy Trent, actually ours got chosen, and so it was the sixth grade play that we all did and we acted in, and yeah, I felt really proud about writing it. I also got to act in it as well, but something about being the writer of it, like curating it and being, writing people's lines and I guess telling people what to do behind the scenes, kind of, it was really fun. It was really fun to see it go from a blank page to a performance. And ever since then, I've kind of always stuck with the arts. Um, I played sports in high school, but I also did art every year. I went all the way through the arts through high school and then kind of lost touch after I graduated, and then picked it back up in college as I took a few years off after high school. I went to college a little bit later than most too. So
Hmm.
once I went back, I was focused on screenwriting, which I went to Full Sail University. So shout out to Full Sail. I got my degree in creative writing, focused in entertainment. So it's actually focused in screenwriting for television, the structure of movies, multicam setups, things of that nature, which was great. It was a great experience. I did the accelerated program, so I did about 2.5, 3 years, no breaks of doing the Full Sail program. And then after that, I got a few lucky breaks and hit the ground running. I've helped on a few indie productions. I got hired to do a script almost right out of college, which was it's not life-changing money by any. I actually did it for free, but it was to work with a director that was in cahoots with Spring Hill, so I was able to work side by side with a pretty knowledgeable director and develop this script that he pitched to execs. And so I got really lucky out of the gate and kind of just kept the ball rolling from there.
Right. And the Bachelor of Fine Arts degree, that's a very prestigious degree, correct?
Yeah, it's I think it kind of depends on who you're talking to and how they value the arts. Some value it more than others. It's I don't want to say life changing for me, but it was very affirming in what I do. It helped me find myself more, knowing like that I actually have an education in it. And a lot of people in the film industry that I know, friends, they're like film school's a scam. they don't like it, which is totally, I can understand both sides of it, but it helped me, especially as a writer. Writers have a hard time telling other people that they're like a professional writer. Like everyone does it for fun. And so there is kind of like this imposter syndrome that's in the film industry, and a lot of people don't like to. It was great for me. It helped me put my feet on the ground and say, I'm a writer. This is what I do. You should read my work, and it's served me well. I was kind of introverted with my work for a long time, and then once I really started kind of putting it out there and letting people critique it and taking that criticism in stride, I've made positive strides forward. Absolutely. So.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And I want to ask you a question between, the studies that you completed for, the creative writing, etc., compared to, say, an actor who doesn't go to any acting school. Um, is there a big difference between what I'm trying to say? If you didn't do your degree versus doing the degree, is there a difference in the quality of individuals that are creating in your space? You know how you get some actors that are not they do acting school and stuff, but they're brilliant actors. They're just naturals.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great question. Honestly, how you phrase that is it's a very tangible subject. So I've always actually said that it was my theater as a kid that just early on, you're much more impressionable, you're moldable, and you just believe a little bit more. Your imagination is already, on 100 all the time. And mine definitely was, and a lot of my friends that were in theater, and we used to do stuff like pretend we were walking on glass for no reason, and you're just believing in this world that doesn't exist. And I think in theater as a kid, you hold on to it longer because it's like a real memory. And so I've always said, even to my niece that I keep pushing to like get into, childhood acting or commercials or whatever. I got a project that I need a little kid for. She's in theater now, and I was like, to me, that's more relatable. It's more transferable than necessarily a traditional style of schooling, because you're amongst people, you're doing it, you're on stage, you see the audience's reaction, and that's huge. A lot of people don't experience that, I think, in the film industry. They're either always behind camera, and so they get so used to that, they kind of just let it go and they work, which is fine. Like I admire everyone that works grip or sound or anything like that, but I think everyone always got into it for like the thespian reason for it, and I think theater is really the spark of that.
Yeah. And what are some of your favorite movies and directors?
uh, I love. It's so hard. I've always, when you say them, it's like I'm not in any order, but it comes to mind. I'm a guilty pleasure. One of my favorite movies is Robin Hood. I've said that my whole life, and it always will be. The first play that I wrote in the sixth grade that we just talked about was a rendition of Robin Hood, but in the modern day. I just like the story, like the underdog story, rob from the rich and give to the poor, helping out your neighbor type of mentality. It's a classic. It's just such a good story, start to finish. It just has all the depths that every story has, right? The hero's journey that you see, like Robin Hood is such, I don't want to say cliche or trope, but it hits all of those checkpoints. So it's an
Yeah.
easy go-to for me. Some of my favorite directors, I mean, Spielberg's obviously, Martin Scorsese is amazing. Ridley Scott, I really like. Um, David Lynch, rest in peace. It's so hard to, and obviously big shout out to Sean Baker, who's kind of not necessarily new on the scene, but yeah, he's kind of changing the focal points of what's going on in indie film. So he's up there as well. District 9 is one of my favorite movies. I gotta say that's a great production overall. So it varies. I like a lot of different stuff, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's great. And you did mention that you spent a bit of time in Italy, in Florence, with alongside the New York Film Academy.
Yes, yes, I did. It's an amazing time. Florence obviously is an amazing city. Just to be there, right, is its own accomplishment. It's so majestic, and everything about it that you hear, all the good stuff you hear about it is true. You should go. Everyone should go see the city of Florence. So yeah, we put together students and faculty. You get together and you do a film crew, and you get to go to the historical sites. You get to go to San Crochet, and you get to go to the Uffizi and all of these monumental areas, and you get to film. And we were performing live as well, rehearsing our short films that we were putting together. And originally, I was just going to go nomadic style and just try and find a crew and film out there my own. But I went through them because you have the permits. You have the permits to film, so it was much more encapsulated. It was a lot easier to navigate by going through that, and then I got to meet brilliant film students that are much younger than I was. But to their credit, they were, they kind of throw you into the fire, and you're out there in front of. We were filming in June, July, and August, which if you're in Florence, it is jam packed. Like it was.
Yeah.
So there was hundreds, thousands of tourists, and you're out there practicing lines. So it's pretty nerve wracking. You can feel the jitters, and it's fun. It gets the heart going again. You feel alive, and it was a lot of fun. We completed about six projects each, and I still have one that I'm editing right now that I'm really proud of. That we filmed, me and another student out there. That's in post production right now. So that's always exciting to finish another project. Should be done by May, I'm assuming, but I don't want to put a hard date on it.
No, no worries at all. And you also do music videos as well.
Yeah, we actually we got to shoot music videos. I have a few friends out here in California, a lot of kind of growing up, a lot of garage bands, but buddies that do hip hop. I have a few friends that haven't had studios where people go and record and we film music videos. It's a lot of fun. Shout out to my buddy Styles Freely, who I'm trying to convince to do a music video for his hip hop. So hopefully, when I show him this, now I'm going to pressure him into doing it. But yeah, music videos. I'm a huge hip hop. I love hip hop, but I love rock and roll. I love alternative. I love every kind of. If it's good music, it's good music. I don't really like saying I have a specific genre. Um, I did a music video for myself. That was pretty fun, and it was just a Michael Jackson cover. And so, but I did the Alien Ant Farm actually, so it was like the rock and roll Michael Jackson cover. Yeah, I like to clash genres is actually what I like to do.
Yeah. So the creativity side of things, it doesn't matter if it's film or music, it's all part of what drives you. So, and I wanted to ask you, do you enjoy the storytelling component of what you do?
Yeah, that's actually my favorite. Yeah, that's my favorite. I kind of had to like think about it for a second, but I think yeah, just creating a story, and a good story too. Like they're so influential. People really can buy into a story, and to see how people are still impressionable. It's just through different outlets. It's on our cell phones and it's on the internet, and it's what you see in short form content in whether it's political or just pure advertisement. People listen. People like a good story. They like to follow the journey, and you see that in instances with TikTok or people's cooking journeys, fitness journeys. It still has the ride along with it that people enjoy, and films and productions are now kind of revamping behind the scenes footage because people want to be connected. They want to see what's going on. I'm all for it. I love the process. I played sports my whole life, and you love the games, you love the highlights, but a lot of ex-athletes that played for a long time, they always tell you they miss the locker room. They miss the practices, they miss the nuances, and that's a story is everything in humans. You look back to prehistoric carvings, and it's just people trying to tell their perspective of what's going on around them. And I take that seriously. I don't know. I just always have. I think a good story is very important.
Yeah, and do you think the movie world, the film space, filmmaking world is changing? A lot of challenges at the moment, or
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. The elephant in the room that's not even covered with a sheet is AI, right? Like that's just here. It's not going anywhere. It's only going to get better. And I mean, that's the thing though, right? Like so many industries have the printing press that changed everything. It always has, it always will. The internet has changed everything. AI is going to change filmmaking. If I were to speak on it, I would just say I would like AI categorized as an AI film. Don't try to emulate human films. That's what we do. Like go have people wrestling lions and creative creatures or whatever alternate worlds. Cool. Like But we need animators, we need writers, we need actors, we need real storytelling. We need this, we need interaction. So yeah, it's changing. It's really the technology is, there's kids out there that want the next best camera, and that's $9,000, and then you see an AI program for 250 bucks or whatever it is, and you can do that in 3 days, less than, and or you can do it in 3 hours. It's just kind of it's hard. It depends on what medium and what you want to produce. And I feel like right now, if you cross over and even experiment with AI, you're almost like not shunned, but it changes your filmmaker status with people that you know. I've never used AI, just my personal take on it, but it creates a world of challenges. When before it was just who can make the best movie and kind of made the best person win, which is that's my to my core is what I enjoy. Like, and everything's subjective, and that's what the human element is. But when you put AI and you put so much money backing it, and then it's already hard to get return on investments for film, let alone indie film, let alone short films for kids trying to get noticed, people like myself just trying to get noticed, by bigger fish out there. It's like they're cutting costs because it's a click away. So there's some tremendous challenges that we're facing, but I think if you want to do it, you're going to do it. Photoshop never stopped the painter. Like they're still putting brush to the canvas and they're still going to be themselves. And that's what it's all about, really.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, I know we spoke about AI. You said it'll only get better, but I mean, my perspective
Mhm.
is when I look at something, I can tell the difference between AI and the real thing. So
Yeah.
I don't know, it might improve and get better, but I still believe that we will be able to still tell the real deal versus the digitized product.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look, everyone first thing is like count how many fingers it has, right? Because it's usually like 6 or 7. They can't do the hands right. Like we all get in on the punchlines of it all, but I mean, yeah, to me, it's just like it's AI is its own entity now. Like it is social media, it is the internet, it is AI. Like it is only going to get better. And whether that's for making movies or not, I have no control of that. I don't think it should be used for that. We can use AI for billions of productive things that humans can't do. So I don't know why it needs to make movies. Like we are already struggling to do that as an industry, with all the strikes and then COVID and yeah, just tax incentives being switched around and the politics behind it and the bureaucracy. It's hard enough as it is. So it does create a tremendous challenge.
Yeah. My personal view, if it's used for things like medical and helping people, great, go for it. But other than that,
Absolutely.
but so with the projects you've been working on and working on,
Mhm.
whereabouts can our listeners check out your projects?
Yeah, I have my personal YouTube channel, which is just Simone Shorts, all caps. Um, it's something I just started with my these are all just self-funded projects, which I'm going to be putting my newest short film on. I have a LinkedIn, which I'm pretty readily available. That's how you and I connected, which I respond to regularly. I do have a website. It's a Wix website, but it's just my last name, Wix/Simone, Simone. So if anyone wanted to reach out, I've had plenty of people that just send an email and ask about a screenplay, or I'm actually writing a magazine article right now for a publication that reached out to me on via website, and then I've talked to you. We set this up via LinkedIn. So yeah, that people just it's easy to reach people. Just just reach out, and I'm all over social media as well. But yeah, YouTube I'm kind of new at because I've always worked as a screenwriter and more specifically like a ghostwriter, basically not basically a ghostwriter. And so you don't get credits, I guess. You get paid. And it's not like I make millions of dollars out here in Los Angeles that because I work on movies or anything like that, but it does help your your want for like, oh, that's my like there's my name on the credits right there. But when you get paid for it, you're kind of like, that's why I'm just like giving it to you and I move on. And I've had a bunch of stuff that doesn't get made, but
Yeah.
I don't want to say it's not my problem, but they pay me to kind of just go away and give them the work that they've asked for. So I wish I did have more, an extensive IMDb, an extensive YouTube, but I've always just kind of worked for hire. I'm a pen that writes for the screen, and that's what I'll do until I can't anymore.
Yeah.
That's what I've always done. So yeah, but I do have the resources that people can reach me at or check out any of my work, and I'm always available to negotiate screenplays or rewrite screenplays, or like I said, I'm doing an article for a magazine right now. So yeah, anything that needs to be done, and there is a movement kind of against the AI writers, right? So people are trying to boost up the freelance writing community, which I really appreciate. So if anyone does need stuff like that, I'm definitely available for it.
Cool. And before we let you go, Kyle, what's your plans for the next 12, 24 months? Any exciting on the radar?
Yeah, we are back here in. So I did just travel for about a year and have filmed extensively while I was gone. So I'm back here in Los Angeles, and I'm actually looking forward to funding another short film that I'm going to put together at the end of this year, maybe towards August. This summer it gets really hot, so I don't really want to start filming as summer comes up. So we'll probably wait until after that season. And then we're going to put together a few more short films. And I have some friends that I've been meaning to reconnect with that are working in animation. And we're going to start making our own, keep indie film alive and keep making our own productions and miniseries and television shows and whatever that is. And we're going to keep creating.
Fantastic. And I'm sure we'll see you on the big screen very soon, Kyle, with one of your big movies. So thanks so much for joining me on the podcast. Hopefully we can chat again soon when you're, doing a few more things that are really excited we can have a chat about. And we'll
Yeah,
definitely
absolutely.
put all the links in the bio in the description for everyone to check out your work. But
Appreciate
please
it.
go on to YouTube, as you said, the social media, his webpage, the works, and check out some great work from a fellow Italian working all the way out there in California. So once again, Carl, thank you so much for jumping on the podcast today.
Prego. Arrivederci.
Ciao, Carl. Thank you very much.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.
Bye.